James O'Keefe from Project Veritas just busted an ABC reporter for admitting that he's a socialist, right? He was caught on hidden tape. He said, oh, yeah, I'm a total socialist. I'm not even a democratic socialist. I'm just a full-on socialist. We've known this. There's nothing really shocking about that kind of a report. We've known that about the press for years. But then they admit it, and you think, oh, that's right. They all have this political bias. And some are better at hiding it than others. CNN's Jim Acosta demonstrated this principle just the other day when he flat out insulted the president at a news conference.
Just wanted to follow up on my colleague's question about Russian interference. Can you pledge to the American people that you will not accept any foreign assistance in the upcoming election? And on this idea of a purge in your administration, there was recently the departure of your acting DNI, Joseph McGuire. You replaced him with your ambassador to Germany, Rick Grinnell. Some of your critics have pointed out that Ambassador Grinnell has no intelligence experience. How can you justify to the American people having an acting DNI with no intelligence experience?
First of all.
Okay, excuse me. First of all here. So he asks a fair question, right? By CNN standards, a fair question. I'm not saying it's a totally fair question, but you've got this guy, Richard Grinnell, who is a former ambassador to Germany. Was, I think, the longest serving spokesman ever at the UN. And then he's in this acting position as the top spy. Then President Trump turns it, right, to reveal, hold on, this isn't a fair question. You're not coming from a place of good faith. He turns the question, he puts it back on Acosta.
I want no help from any country, and I haven't been given help from any country. And if you see what CNN, your wonderful network, said, I guess they apologized in a way didn't they apologize for the fact that they said certain things that weren't true? Tell me, what was their apology yesterday? What did they say?
Okay, so you see what Trump does here. Trump knows that there's no win by explaining why his acting DNI is a real cool guy. There's no win. Any way he does it, he's on the defensive. Acosta has set up this sort of unfair situation where Trump's got to defend a guy who's got an unimpeachable resume. So Trump turns it on Acosta, but he's using very nice language. He's using very diplomatic language. He says, oh, you at your wonderful network. You know what you guys always do to me. And he's needling Acosta, and he's pushing Acosta to answer a question, and Acosta takes the bait.
Mr. President, I think our record on delivering the truth is a lot better than yours sometimes, if you don't mind me saying.
Let me tell you about your record. Your record is so bad you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You have probably
I'm
the
not
worst
ashamed
record,
of anything, and our
you probably have the
organization
worst
is not
record in
ashamed,
the
sir.
history of broadcasting. As far as McGuire is concerned, he's a terrific guy, but on March 11th, his time ended anyway, so his time came up, so we would have had to, by statute, we would have had to change him anyway. So
Will your new DNI have experience in the intelligence field?
Yes. In fact, we're talking to 5 different people right now. I think all people that you know, all people that you respect, and I'll make a decision probably over the next week to 2 weeks. We have some very good people.
Oh, look at that masterful exchange. Did you see what he did there? So he needles him, he's pushing him, and then Jim Acosta completely takes the bait and shows his cards. Trump was provoking Jim Acosta here. He was trying to get Jim Acosta to show his corruption and bias. But then Jim Acosta did it, right? It is no matter what the president says, no matter what the politician that you're interviewing says, it is absolutely not the role of the reporter to start insulting the politician. Oh, actually, we have a much better record on truth than you do, you idiot. You dumb idiot. I hate you. I hate you, Mr. President. It's so pathetic. Chris Wallace at Fox News, who is, I believe he is a Democrat, he said off the record, this has been reported in some of the press, that he was so embarrassed by that answer. I mean, what a humiliating answer for the journalistic profession from Jim Acosta there to just start insulting the president. But we know this, right? So what President Trump does, starts out, it's a sort of fair question. Then Jim Acosta reveals that he's just an anti-Trump operative. And then at the end, you saw President Trump turns it again and starts giving a real answer. He says, no, look, but we're going to interview some good people. We got all people I think you're really going to like. So on the bookends, the beginning and the end of Trump's performance look really good. And in the middle, what President Trump did was get the press to reveal how much they hate him. That tarnishes their credibility. And it's their fault that they're doing it. They're the ones giving up their credibility. So now we can't even know if we're all going to die from coronavirus or if it's really no big deal. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Wire, one of the fastest growing conservative media outlets in the country. If you enjoyed this video, and really, even if you didn't, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of our content.